One of the things that's particularly important or useful as we start to think about identifying birds is to understand the topography of the bird, the various parts that are significant in terms of how we use them to differentiate one species from another. Most of the field guides these days typically include an illustration or often several that depict the bird and its various prominent body parts. Sometimes the wings are spread, or there may be other features that are important to notice. I have my little friend here in the form of a bufflehead. This is a widespread little duck species that we see commonly here in Massachusetts in the winter. And the bufflehead is a good example of one where we can point out some of the features that are useful in terms of things to notice when we see an unfamiliar bird. The beak or the bill is a structure that's particularly important to notice. This applies not just to ducks, which have sort of a broad, rounded, somewhat flattened bill, but obviously all the small songbirds have bill shapes that are quite different. Some are slim and pointed, some are thick and stout for cracking seeds. Others are, in some species of birds, curved. That could be down curved, the way we see in some of the shorebirds like the whimbrel, or they could be recurved, where they actually turn up in species like the American avocet. So bill structure is something that's important to notice. The head generally is a very significant part of the bird, and the pattern of the head, the shape of the head. Some bird species have a crest like the blue jay or the cardinal. The bufflehead has sort of a rounded, full, puffy-looking head, which is actually where the bird derives its name. The position of the eyes, in some cases, the eyes can look very forward positioned. In some other cases, the eyes may be further back on the head. If we go to the wings, which are difficult to see when the wings are folded, but the wings themselves include two primary groups of feathers, the outermost of which are in fact called primaries. These are the long flight feathers, which when the bird's wing is extended are the outer portion of the wing, and then the inner portion of the bird's wing, from what we would call the elbow to the bird's body, are the secondaries. So the primary feathers and the secondary feathers on the wings are very important. On some species of birds, the smaller feathers in this vicinity that cover the bases of the longer flight feathers are called coverts, and there are greater, median, and lesser coverts, which in various species of birds are different colors, so that the presence or absence of coloration on the coverts can be a useful feature. The tail is something, while in the bufflehead is not terribly significant as a field mark. In some other duck species, for example, particularly the female mallard, the tail is brown, but the outer tail feathers would be white.